Hi everybody. This is going to be a response to Zenith of the Alpha's video that he made as a response to my post on my community. This is the video: Jake Paul, Mike Tyson, Macy vs. Rocky. We're gonna review everything, but I just wanted to direct you to the video so you can watch it. I'm just gonna go over the key points. I have to warn you, this is crazy. Like, I've been saying that about all my videos. I don't really know what to say. I'm just gonna try to get through it. But I am pretty freaked out, and I stand by my assertion, what I said in my last video, that this shows that me and my family are like literally connected to the Bible. Like, I'm not saying that loosely. Like, we're part of it. These things are happening around us. Like, literally, I'm not saying that just like like rhetorically. Like, I'm serious, So let's get into it. I'll prove my point by the end of this. I guarantee I will prove that me and my family are connected to the Bible by the end of this, if you watch it the whole way through. So this show I've been talking about a lot, Lodge 49, that Casey Jones, he told me about, and it has to do with this guy named Sean who loses his dad. That is the premise of the show. So let's just read it here. Okay, here's the page, Wikipedia page. Here's the plot. AMC describes the series as a modern fable set in Long Beach, California, about a disarmingly optimistic local ex-surfer, Dud Wyatt Russell, who's drifting after the death of his father and collapse of the family business. So, yeah, we didn't have a family business, but like, it's about this guy who loses. Look at his actual name in the show is Sean Dudley SD as well. Sean, like, my name is Sean Desad. This show is literally about me. They wrote the show about me and my dad. And like I said, I'll just I can back it up with all the numbers. I can back it up. I'm not trying to force any of this. Like, there's no way I can deny it. And if you really understand it, I don't think there's any way you can deny it as well. Like I said, I'm not trying to force these connections. You'll see. So now we're gonna get into it. Okay, so this is what I initially posted in my community, Lodge 49. So Zenith, he put us all onto, or at least he put me onto composite numbers, and many others were catching on to it. And it's finally in the Gematria. Thank you, Derek. As you can see here, it's just a number that's any number that's not a prime number. And he was, trying to find an example of an undeniable proof that composite numbers are they're relevant and important to decoding. So I was like, I think I found one. So Lodge 49, like, Masonic lodge. The show is about him entering a lodge, like, to cope with the loss of his dad. So it really is about Freemasonry. And I found that 49, the number 49, that is the 33rd composite number. Freemasonry is all about the number 33. That's like the most famous Freemasonic number. So that was the first thing that really caught my attention. But even more so, you've probably seen I should put the whole picture, but the Freemasonic arch, and at the top of it is the sign of Cancer, 69. So interesting is that 69 is the 49th composite number. So I thought just those three things by itself, or two things, were a perfect example of showing the relevance to composite numbers through this show. You know, this show is really emphasizing that with it, Lodge 49. So again, 49 is a 33rd composite number, and 33, and the 69 for the Royal Arch, and 69 is a 49th composite number. So that's perfect, you know, spot on. And this is what Zenith added on, and it just took this to a freaking crazy level. It's so insane. But he told me to think about how the 49th prime number is 227, and how that relates to pi, because 22 divided by 7 is pi. And the Freemasonic square and compass, this is like the famous logo of Freemasonry. It create, you know, this is the tool that helps create a perfect circle, and I know you guys have seen it. So pi, you know, circle, pi, and then you know, Freemasonry was founded in the year 1717, so that connects back to this, because the 227th composite number, as you can see down there, is 289, and 289 is 17 square, which is 17 times 17. And that's just freaking crazy. And then the 1717, 17 is the 7th prime number, so it's 7 and 7, and 7 times 7 is 49. So here's, I'm just gonna read the whole thing that he commented. Again, 17, I pretty much read it, but I just want to say it in his words. 17 is the 7th prime. Let us look at 7 squared and your TV show, Lodge 49. Consider the Masonic square and compass, and how, I actually didn't mention this. So Alt 227 on certain keyboards, it creates the pi symbol. I guess all this on top of this too, so it's like double layered. So you think about pi and the circle, think about the compass, creates a perfect circle. And 7 times 7 equals 49, like your television show Lodge 49. Now think about the 49th prime number, 227. Locate the 227th composite number, which is 289. 17 times 17 equals 289, like the year 1717, which, you know, that was the year that Freemasonry was founded. It's just insane. And in case he added this, and I'm going to touch on it a little bit more after, but he commented, now think of Alt 248, that makes a degree symbol, and Freemasonry is about the degrees, the 33rd degree, like that's what he's talking about right there, that degree symbol. And the 248th composite number happens to be 314, like pi. So like pi, it's just, that was a perfect addition. And this thing is just getting crazier and crazier. But I'm gonna get back to that towards the end. So I just want to go back to this. I want to focus on these two numbers here. So 227 plus 289, that equals 516, and that is a 418th composite number. This is something that Zenith actually, Zenith has done work on, and that's where it came to my mind, because I added the numbers. I saw 516, and I was like, I know where that's from. And then I took me a little bit of time to find it, but then I remembered, and this is something that Zenith found. So it's a 418th composite number. The reason why that is really freaking important is because of this. And I know most of the people who follow my channel follow Cody's channel, and Cody's been, he was he was doing a lot of work on Aleister Crowley around June, and he's this book in one of his decodes and talked about the number 418. And you know, Zenith, he's done this as well, and pretty much they both have pointed out that these Roman numerals here equal 93. So you can see here the number 93 in Roman numerals is XCII, like that. So we have three key numbers, which is the 516, the 418, and the 93. So this is where it picks up. It picks up a lot, and it's just hold on to your seat. Just brace yourself. So 516 plus 418 plus 93 equals 1027. That probably doesn't seem important right now, but once I show you this next slide, it should make all the difference. And it has everything to do, like, I'm pretty much like assuming that you've seen the other synchronicities I've had, that I've shared, the videos I made, sharing my connection to that show Lodge 49. You know, the show Lodge 49 and my dad. I don't know if I mentioned it in the intro of this video. I was just so excited to just like get started. I think I forgot, but this is the whole point, is that my dad, you know, like I said, my name is Sean. My dad died of cancer. He died of lung cancer, and I had a huge synchronicity with him and this show, which I'm going to share in a little bit. I'm going to share it again. I've shared a few times, but yeah. So again, one more time, 516 plus 418 plus 93 equals 1027. The 1027th minute of their day is this. It's 5:07 p.m., which 5:07 p.m. is 17 hours and 7 minutes into the day. Okay, so if this is not your first time seeing like this, everything I've been sharing, this should be freaking mind-blowing, and it is. It's unbelievable. I'm gonna review it, but like, this goes back to the connection that I have to this show with me and my dad. Like, let's look at it. So it's gonna be about this day here, which is the 307th anniversary of Freemasonry, and this happened to be exactly 307 weeks after the first episode of Lodge 49, which that means that the first episode lined up perfectly for this date. This date was going to, like, for it to line up like that, it was on purpose so it would line up with this date, this perfect date. And this was absolutely perfect in regard, like, when you think about what the show is about and how it applies to my life. So on this day, I turned the same exact age that my dad was when I was born, which happened to be 1707 weeks. Just like I just showed, that 17 hours and 7 minutes into the day is 5:07 p.m., which also is 1027 minutes into the day. And 1027 is 516 plus 418 plus 93, where 516 is the 418th composite number, and 516 is 289 plus 227. And I get it from this, you know, 289 is 1717, 17 squared, 17 times 17, Freemasonry founded in 1717. 227 the 49th prime, log 49, and it's 22 divided by 7 is pi, perfect circle, compass. Like, see how crazy this all is? This is crazy, guys. Oh my god. Oh, okay. Well, we're in the surprise, so I mean, we should keep moving, anyways. So I was thinking about. Oh, before I do that, so I shared this in my last video, and look at him. He's underwater, right? Like baptism, and that applies to what happened. It applies to what happened just recently, like this huge event that happened recently, because like, you guys know what happened. It was Trump on June 13th, but it was super foreshadowed by this day, because that same day that I showed, where all of these connections were made, Trump was 28,500 days, 285. This equals 285, and this date here, the Great Conjunction, could be written 28,500. So from 28,500 to the day that he turned 28,500 days is 1,256 weeks, and that equals 1,256. So it matched with this date, and this date was the nativity of John the Baptist. Think about that. John the Baptist was beheaded, like a head wound. This is being all compared, like super connected to the verse Revelation 13:3 about the deadly head wound. John the Baptist was beheaded, and then think about baptism, like water baptism, like this. He's underwater. Now look at this. So when you add 33 plus 49 plus 69, that equals 151. And that made me, I saw that Holy Spirit equals 151. So think about it. When you get baptized, and they say, I baptize you in the name of the Father, Son, and Holy Spirit. Like, this father-son thing is crazy. I'm figuring it out, and I'm figuring it out through the connection that me and my dad have to it. It's insane. It's absolutely insane. I have no idea. I really don't know like exactly what's going on, but like I said, me and my family are connected to, like, literally connected to all this. I'm not like I said, I'm not saying that like this is beyond, like, it's obviously beyond coincidence, but it is beyond synchronicity too. This is beyond synchronicity. I don't know what that word is, but this has to be beyond synchronicity. It's not just like, oh, like, I know sometimes people, and it makes sense, but people will say like, oh, like, because like everything falls into place like perfectly as it should, and like, yeah, that makes sense. It does, but it's like, I've never seen anything like this. I haven't. I'm sorry. I have not. I haven't. And just the fact that that it's about me and my dad. Like, so the 418, that's going to this, the 418 is going to bring us, we're looking at this is going to bring us back to this that I shared back in June about Trump's 666 lunar month being April 18th 2000, 418 2000, like we see here. And then this is Aleister Crowley, and Aleister Crowley was all about producing the moon child. I don't want to get too far into that right now, even though we can, but just remember that this is Trump's 666 lunar month, 418. It applies very well to everything going on, because remember that he was on Logan Paul's podcast in episode 418, and it was crazy because Derek had he pointed this out the day after I shared this, and I don't think, because I just shared this on June 12th, and then June 13th was when this aired, and I don't think they had mentioned that Trump was going to be on Logan Paul's podcast until that day. So I don't know what made me, something made me think to look that up and then share it, and then the next day this happened. But think about, think about how perfect this is, Logan Paul. And going back to Zenith's video about Jake Paul and Mike Tyson, and how this applied to what I shared, and Mike Tyson, how Mike Tyson ties into this thing that happened with Trump. Well, for one, so the fight got it got postponed for 17 weeks after it was originally supposed to be. So as you can see here, this is the original and then postponed 17 weeks, like how we were talking about the number 7 and 1717, Freemasonry founded in 1717. And then he mentioned how he bit Evander Holyfield's ear. So there is and so it was the same year, this happened in the same year that Jake Paul was born. Where is the slide? The same year that Jake Paul was born. So and then wow, this is perfect too, because he's 27, and then the 17th composite number is 27. So yeah, think about how perfect that is with Jake Paul, how that ties to everything I've been sharing, and now Logan Paul is part of it too, the brother. Crazy, absolutely crazy. So I have 3 more things to share just to kill it off, and it's gonna, like, if that stuff wasn't crazy enough, if that stuff was not crazy enough for you, and not enough for you to believe that I have some weird, really weird purpose of being here, connection that God had, he planned for me to be born at this perfect time, and my parents, and for everything to happen to us the way it did. And we, like, it was just all part of his plan. He had part of whatever he has planned with all this stuff going on, like, in the world. I'm still I'm waiting it out to see, but I know for sure, I'm certain. And so, like I said, if none of that convinced you enough, was convincing enough or whatever, then there's no way that what I'm about to share won't just put you over the edge, wherever the phrase is. I can't even, my brain can't even think of the correct idiom. So from Trump's 606 lunar month, okay, to Lodge 49, the first episode, is exactly 955 weeks. And this equals 955. And 7-1, he can tell you a lot about this number, and I wish I could get into it right now, because like, the fact, like, this is not an arbitrary number. It is so connected to the Bible and, our time, but I just can't get into it right now, unfortunately. But look at that, like, from Trump's 666 lunar month to the first episode of Lodge 49 is 955 weeks exactly, and this equals 955. Alright, look at this. I like this is all I need. This is all I need to know. This piece of information right here. And like, after I found this out, there is nothing that anybody can tell me to change my mind, to convince me otherwise. There is nothing. After what I just showed, from my dad's birth to Trump's 666 lunar month is 495 months exactly. Revelation 13:3, which this huge event, Trump's AA, the thing that happened, is so connected to this, and everyone's talking about it too. It's so connected that everyone, like, not even Gematria people are talking about it. But this verse equals 495 in the friggin' keypad cipher. 495 months exactly. Like, what the heck? And it's perfect that, because this cipher is, this is another thing that Zenith has really, he's been a huge, like, I guess, spokesperson for this, and he's really convinced me of how important this cipher is, and he's shown plenty of examples, and I was able to find this, like, with this being in the keypad cipher. So again, thank you, Zenith, so much. But what in the world, guys? What in the world? Like, I think I'm too tired. Like, I'm too tired to, like, cry, but I want to so bad. Now, that's not even it. So if you recall 307, okay, let's just look at the 307 again real quick. So on this day is the 307th anniversary of Freemasonry, and it was exactly 307 weeks after the first episode of Lodge 49, and it was the day that I turned the same age that my dad was when I was born, which was 1707 weeks. And these are connected through the number 507. Oh, actually, yeah, I mean, I've said it before, but I just wanted to reiterate how important it is. The 507. So 307 minutes is 507 a.m. And 507 is so important because of this. You know, Pope Francis. Pope means father. He became the Pope on 3/13/13, and the prime factorization of 507 is 3 times 13 times 13. So that's 100% like perfect, like a perfect connection. And then Pope Francis equals 507 as well. And this is like the bridge to the 1707, because 5:07 p.m. is 17 hours and 7 minutes into the day. And then this, which I showed, is the 1027th minute of the day, and then these equal 1027. So going back to this again, now we're at 3:07 a.m. 3:07, we just looked at all that. I mean, for one, look at these two real quick. This is really interesting, and this went over my head. I shared this in my last video, but then Cody reminded me that this equals 187 and 1122. So this is extremely coded to this, like, to, you know, this whole thing right here, okay? And this is what we, like, this is all connecting to this, like, to that event that happened with Trump, you know? So this, like, it's just perfect, guys. It's just, like, I can't put it in words, but it's 3.117 hours. And that is interesting because on the day of Trump's 666 lunar month, I was 3117 days. It's just, oh my god. It's unreal, guys. It's unreal. It's really unreal. But it's amazing. And I'm just so in awe by God's work, you know. Here's the last. This is it. This is the last. So going back to this, the Royal Arch, the 69, which is Cancer, That's a symbol of Cancer, the 69. So I wanted to look at, we've been looking at this. This is Trump's 666 lunar month. Alright, I fixed it. Yeah, Trump's 666 lunar month. And then I want to look at this date here, Cancer 69. So it's just literally just 6900. So from 4, I should have switched them, but whatever. From Trump's 666 lunar month, this date, to 6900, this date, it's 14.48% of a common year with the end date, including the end date. Now, keep this in mind, 1448. Please keep this in mind. It's going to have to do with this. Super Bowl. And I've shared this. I shared how this Super Bowl 58 was super tied to father, just within itself, but then also how it applied to me as well. So for one, this was the 58th Super Bowl. It ended the 104th NFL season. Father equals 58 and 104. Okay, that's one. But it was interesting because I watched the Super Bowl in San Diego. Okay, my initials, SD, Sean Desad, and their famous team is the Padres, like father. Yeah. So as that, and then I had noticed that there was this, like, this thing was symbolized through the Super Bowl. The 49ers are represented, their medal is copper, like copper bullets, and then Chiefs, like commander-in-chief. And I know he's not the commander-in-chief, but it's just the symbolism, all around. And so it's just crazy that this Super Bowl was had both of those, the father theme and this. So the first point of that game was at 14:48 seconds. The first point of that game. And look at the huge 49 right there. Look at that. Oh my god, look at that. You cannot deny that. You cannot deny that. It's insane. Oh my god. Just look at it. Just look at it, man. It's beautiful. This was the first point of Super Bowl 58, ending the 104th NFL season. And from 4/18, Trump's 666 lunar month, to 6/9, Cancer, like how huge Cancer has been to this whole thing with me and my dad, him dying from cancer. And then the event with Trump happening in Cancer, so many other things. But yeah, it's 14.48% of a common year away from each other those days. First point was at 14:48. Like, unreal. It's absolutely unbelievable. And that's it. That's all I got for today. I just want to say thank you to everyone who's been still here. Like, I'm making these crazy claims. I'm making these claims that me and my family are, like, literally in the Bible, connected to it, and all these things are happening around us. And I'm trying to provide as much, like, I'm trying to back that up as much as I possibly can with the numbers. And I'm so confident that I've done more than that. Like, even before this video, and then this, like, added on to everything I've already shared. And I couldn't have done it I couldn't have done it without anybody. I couldn't have done it without any of you guys, the decoders that I've learned from, that have been mentoring me, everyone who's just been giving me feedback, supporting me, and giving me like just like yeah, just like the most beautiful comments, like helping me to keep my head up, and everything. Like I don't know like where I would be at if I didn't know any of this. Like I would never trade I wouldn't trade anything in the world for what I've found. And I know it's important. And I feel like it really can have a huge impact on the way that everybody sees the world. Like that's why I'm so serious about putting all this into like a real like a serious format, like to make a memoir, or like publish a book or something. Like it's not about me at all. I don't care. I don't care like about me, but it just so happens to be connected to me, and I think that's what makes the evidence so much stronger, is that I can like back up all this stuff, and I can prove that all of this stuff is true. And I can also, what makes it stronger also is that it has not this just shows that it's all God, like, I know I've been saying it, like when it comes to just decoding like just outside things, like it's cool, it really is, and like people do an amazing job of it, better than I can. I don't know if I would be able to do it without finding how I apply to it. I really don't know if I would be able to be that great of a decoder. But if that's all that I was decoding, then like who knows if I'm like, what am I really decoding? Like what if they really are just, the elites really are just manipulating all these dates and making things happen at a certain time, just to line up. Then I'm just decoding just what the celebrities are spoon feeding me. But like with this stuff, like this shows that this is me and my family and God. Like they are not, it has nothing to do with, it's not about them. They're planning, like the fact that they're planning these things around us, that should just blow everyone's mind and make everyone wonder, like, why are they doing that? Why would they be doing that? Because there is with what I'm showing, as much as I'm showing, as deep as it goes, there's no way that this is just falling into place just because of some perfect, like, I don't know, organic formula. Like there's something more to it. There has to be something more to it. And I'm just gonna keep taking things a day at a time, just doing my best to act normal and not just not let this stuff affect how I operate in the world, and not let it bring me down, because it's hard. It really takes a toll on me and my emotions and stuff, but I have to stay happy and positive, and just I gotta know that this is all leading to something so beautiful, and I just can't wait to figure out where it's all leading to. I cannot wait. But thank you guys so much for watching, and thank you for everyone's help. Take care. God bless. Bye.